Okay guys, if you can face north to Canada, please. Now, the reason that I had you guys just do addition today is because the game completely changes when we go to subtraction. And I want to just start with the most common error that could be made with subtraction because I saw it on some of your papers for those who tried those questions out. If I had something like 91 minus 63. The thing that I saw that I liked was you guys were trying to take a strategy that we talked about and use it. The only problem is that strategy doesn't carry over from addition to subtraction. So some of you did this. I'm going to take my tens place and I'm going to say 90 minus 60 equals 30. And then I'm going to take my ones place. And I'm going to say 1 minus 3, and we made that easy mistake with subtraction, said, oh, 1 minus 3 is 2. And so then I'm just adding 30 and 2, and I would get 32. Do you see how easy it would be to do that, maybe? And Zach even raised his hand and he said, I don't understand how I'm supposed to. He understood 1 minus 3 is not 2. He understood that he needed to regroup, but the big question was, how do I regroup inside my head? I thought that's why we wrote that stuff down. He's correct. I don't believe that it's a great strategy to start with the tens for subtraction at all. I want you to wipe that idea from your brain on subtraction, just like I wipe it from the board. Instead, subtraction is almost like doing everything in reverse. When I talked to Zach for that same question, 91 minus 63, I told him to first think of these numbers on a number line. Obviously 63 would be on the low end of it, 91 would be on the high end. Subtraction, guys, your main job really is to figure out how much is in between these two numbers. It's a range. And so, how much would it take for me to get from 63 to 91? The best way for me as a mental math student is to start counting up from 63. So instead of counting backward like the question might suggest, I actually start from the low end and start counting upward from my smallest number. Now if you guys just starting out, I would say start with counting by tens. If I were to add 10 to 63, plus 10 would be 73. Plus 10 more would be 83. Whoops. Plus 10 more would be 93. I would have gone too far. So if I added 30, I would get 93. But I don't want to get to 93, I want to get to 91. So I have to take 2 away from 30 and it would give me an answer of 28. That's the best way to do these. So another example, if I had 34 minus 15, and I think of this idea of a number line, 15 being right here and 34 being right here. I'm just going to count by tens in my head. If I added 10 to 15, I'd get 25. If I had 10 more, I'd get to 35. But oops, I went 1 too far. So if I take 1 away from the 20 that I added, it would be